Okay guys, hi. How are y'all doing? I just wanted to pop on to live because I've been getting a lot of really awesome training and a lot of really awesome ideas have been going on, and modern technology is just so awesome that instead of having to wait to talk to people or write letters or any of that stuff, I can just come on live and tell you guys what I've been thinking and hopefully add something to your day. And if it doesn't add anything to your day, then you'll probably stop watching, and that's fine too, because we're all grown adults, and everyone has the right to do whatever they want. You can watch if you want to, you cannot watch if you want to. It is what it is. Hi, Jacqueline. So I am going to talk to you guys today about Occam's razor, which some of you might not know about, and intuition and the brain-gut connection. Everyone's heard of that term. When you just like, you know what I mean? Like when you have butterflies in your stomach because you're nervous, that there's obviously some sort of connection there, right? So that's what we're going to be talking about. But yeah, I just got done with a really good day. My mom actually took the kids for me so I could get some things done and ran a couple errands, and I went and got an extremely overdue pedicure. I'm gonna hop on live here, and then when I'm done I'm gonna do some laundry and pick up my oldest and then go back to being a mom of 3. So grandparents are nice. It's really nice to have my parents close enough that my mom will watch my kid all the time. Well, she likes them too. We used to live together, so I'm pretty sure that she just misses being around them all the time. So hi, Jessica and Jessica, 2 Jessicas, and Jacqueline over there on Facebook, and everyone on Instagram. This is my first time doing both, so if I'm like looking from here to here, it's because I've never had Instagram and Facebook going at the same time, but increase my audience, right? Hi, April. Okay, so let's jump into it. Oh, and Bruce too. Hi, Bruce. So I'm just gonna jump into it because I don't know what else to ramble on about. It's just ridiculous. So I am Karen Terrace, and I am the owner and founder of Care For You Today, and my goal is just to inspire people to take time every day to take care of themselves. So if that means going and getting your pedicure, going and eating 2 tacos for $1 in the Del Taco parking lot just to get away from your kids, if that's taking a bubble bath, whatever self-care looks like for you, just because it's really hard to fill, you can't fill another person's bucket unless your bucket is full. And I recently just learned about that book, and it's amazing, and it fits perfectly into my theme for Care For You. I want to care for you, you want to care for yourself, we all need to care for each other so that we can, at the end of the day, care for the earth. So that is my whole purpose, my whole why I'm doing this, why I'm putting myself out there, so that people can hear my message, because I think that the message of self-care is something that is not talked about enough, and that we don't really know what that always looks like, or we always expect it to look a certain way with the bubble bath and the facial and the glass of wine or whatever. But honestly, guys, I've locked myself in the bathroom with Oreos before just so that mama could have some me time. So I feel you. Just because I don't have kids running around right now most of my lives, you're going to hear screaming and banging and just craziness, because I have 3 children, and anyone who has more than 3 children, like, rock on. And even if you have fur babies, that's great too. Teach their own. So, let's get on with this. So let's see. So what I want to talk to you guys about is Occam's razor and intuition. So let's start with this. Everyone, if you've ever had that gut feeling, no matter what the other evidence is, besides against you or whatever, that gut feeling that you needed to do option B over option A, even though option A looked the best and all the empirical evidence led to A, but you knew that B was better, just drop a 1. I just want to know. I want to know who here is listening has ever felt that way, that you know that this is the better option, even if the first option, all your friends are telling you to do it, all the different things in the world, all the evidence, all the everything has said option A, but you chose option B because that was in your gut. So if you felt that way, just drop a 1 below. So That is not, it's not a fake thing. It's a real thing. It's called your ENS. It's the let me see, the electroneuro system. And so it's kind of like your second brain. It's this really big innervation of nerves throughout your entire body, and part of it connects your brain to your stomach. And you have there's been speculation for really centuries. The interaction between the gut and the brain has been recognized for a really long time, and plenty of very well-esteemed and prominent psychologists, psychiatrists, even physiologists have tried to figure out what is that feeling that you know that this is the option. You have that feeling deep down inside your gut. Or maybe try this one. Go ahead and drop a 2. We're just going to do it this way. It's easiest for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop a 2 if you've ever had that butterfly in your stomach feeling, that feeling like you're almost going to throw up, even though you're really happy and excited about something, or it's the first day of school. That's when I would always get it, was the first day of school or the first day of a new job. Just that right here, deep, like right at the solar plexus, just, oh, sick, but excited, and just butterflies in the stomach. So if you felt that way, drop a 2, because I know we all have. Everyone in this conversation in the whole world has gotten that, oh, I don't know what's happening sort of feeling. Super excited. I thrive off of it. I love it. I love the rush that I get from stage fright. Even if I mess up, it's just, I'm a Leo and I love the spotlight, so I love that feeling. But sometimes it's really nerve-wracking. Like, why do I feel like I'm gonna puke? Why do I feel like I have morning sickness? I better not be pregnant, but it's really just the first day of school, right? Or the first day of your new job, or the first time you're going to go hang out with this girl that you met at a book club, and this is going to be your first one-on-one time, and oh, is she going to like me? And just that feeling you get, that connection between you're thinking up here, you're in your brain, and some reason your intestines and your stomach just really start to churn. Or so that is called the brain-viscera connection. So, as many of you know, I'm a massage therapist. I love body work. I was trained using actual cadavers, so a lot of what I talk about is because I've been able to see inside the human body, and I respect it. It's so fascinating to me. So, if you don't understand some of the scientific stuff that I'm saying, please, comment and let me know that you don't understand it, because I can break it down for you into more layman's, normal speak. I just thrive on it. Also, if you ever have an MRI or something that you need second opinion of, just send it over, because I understand it. So the neurobiological insights into the gut-brain connection, so the gut-brain, the brain-viscera connection, actually has revealed a bidirectional communication system. So your gut tells your brain something's wrong, and your brain tells you something else. You just have this, your decision-making skills are in the limbic system of your brain. So your brain's broken up into all these different, but if you look at a cross-section of the brain, it's sort of like this, and then a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger. And if you want a book that really explains this super awesomely, get the book Start With Why, because this is actually where this whole thought process started from, and then other things that have been being said to me over the last couple of days is what really inspired this life. So your limbic system is the decision-making part of your brain. So whenever maybe you were taking a test as a little kid and there were multiple choice, and your teacher would always tell you that you should always just pick your first answer. Review your work to make sure you didn't miss anything, but don't change your answer, because your first one's usually right. Well, that's Occam's razor. That's the idea that the easiest solution is usually the right one, or the more assumptions that one has to take, the less likely the explanation actually is. So that's what Occam's razor is. And Occam's razor comes into line when it comes to instinct, because that's how our system works. Our limbic brain uses Occam's razor every single day when it makes any decision. When you make those fast gut decisions that you know this is right, I don't care what none of y'all have to say, this is what I'm supposed to do. Even if you fail, don't you always just feel so much better? Drop a 3 if that's how you feel. If even when you mess up, if you go something wholehearted because that's what you knew you needed to do and why you needed to do it, and you had a purpose, it doesn't matter that it didn't work out for you. Versus if you that feeling of regret that always lasts throughout your whole life when you do things that you went against your gut feeling, right? So for those of you who are just jumping on, we're talking about Occam's razor, instincts, that gut feeling and the whole brain-gut connection, and why we really need to be more attentive to that connection and realize that it's a real thing, that it's not just like, it's all not just spiritual and aura. And I know that I'm really diving into this whole spiritual journey, but at the end of the day, I'm an anatomist, and I really like the physical, scientific-y things. And I mean, quantum physics, man, been learning a whole lot of things with that. But off topic. So decision making comes from your limbic brain, and your limbic brain does not have communication skills. So because of this, when you do something that you just knew was right, it's always kind of hard to explain, right? It's always kind of like, well, I just knew, I just felt it, right? The fact that we use the word feel tells us that it's something that we get on the inside, that it's not describable. So we try to communicate it, and we try to put it into language, but it doesn't always work. And when you make any sort of decision, like your nail polish, so everyone's probably wondering, why did I have a picture of the nail polish on? I went to get a pedicure, and you get in there, and there's like a gajillion different types of nail polish, right? And I knew I wanted pink. That's what I knew. But there's like 800,000 different shades of pink when you go into a nail polish or a nail salon. So when I pick my nail polish, I walk up, I glance, and the first one of that color that I see, I grab it. I don't look at the other ones. I don't debate. I never walk back to the wall. I see the first shade of the color that I know that I want. So I'll always know what color I want to start with. That part I like have decided, but the way that I decide what color I want really, guys, depends on like what holidays coming up. So February is coming up, so I went with pink. So I walked in there, and the first shade of pink that I saw, I grabbed it, and I sat down, and I didn't even take a second guess. That was my instinct. I let my guides, if you want to call them that, or whatever you want to call it, make that decision for me, because decisions that are made in your limbic brain are usually faster, and they're also usually of higher quality. I don't regret the color that I put on my toes, or my fingernails, or the color I dye my hair, unless I have sat there and agonized over it. When I went from blonde to having orange and pink in my hair, that was like, okay, let's do it. She had the colors. I had thought about it, but I didn't want to. And I was like, oh, but what about this? What about that? Those rational decisions that we made, they usually take a lot longer. They lead to overthinking, first of all, which is horrific. You never want to overthink things. Life is too short to be agonizing over decisions, okay, guys? So that's kind of, I think, why, because that was my thing. I was a worrier, an agonizer, well, what about this, and take this, and what about that, and what about this, and what if this happens, and that happens, and what if, 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 and what the fuck ever. Really, what the fuck ever? This is life. This is now. So make those decisions in the now, is what I would say. Not every decision, but the little ones. You want to eat that piece of creme brulee? Fucking get it. Get the creme brulee, make that decision, order the food, don't regret it, and the next morning do a couple extra jumping jacks. Like, it's fine. The rational decision making, the overthinking decisions, okay, I want pink, but do I want a hot pink or do I want a fuchsia pink? Do I want a pale pink or do I want a vibrant pink? Ooh, this pink and that pink, and holding 5 different pinks in your hand at once. That's how you end up dropping nail polish all over the floor, and nothing gets accomplished, and instead you're cleaning up nail polish instead of going and getting your nails done. Or you've just put nail polish all over your pants, and now there's a new problem. Versus walking in, knowing you want pink, knowing that's the baseline of your decision, grabbing the first one, that's a limbic choice. They're faster and higher quality. Overthinking, standing there, agonizing over what to eat, if it causes you agony, like the term agonizing, there's a reason why. That's another thing. I have to agonize over this decision. How many of us really know what the term agonizing means really in this day and age? Like agony. I guess if you're into Broadway, then you've heard Into the Woods, Agony. Agony! You guys get to hear my singing today. Wow, that never comes out in public. But you agonize over these decisions. It's the same thing. It's deep in your gut. It's an actual feeling of horror and dread and just heaviness and oh my god, and you have to agonize over the decisions. It's not fast, it's not easy, and then you end up thinking, oh, is it the right decision, or oh my gosh, I did this, or just make the decision. And it's gonna be faster, yes, but it's also gonna be the higher quality decision because of science, because of biology, because of the way our bodies are made. Our limbic system does not have the capacity for language, and therefore we can't quantify in words why we did something or why we had that feeling. Like when someone describes why they're in love, we try to use words, but plenty of other people are 6 feet and computer nerds and have a beard and look like Jesus, but they're not my husband. If you want to see a picture of my husband, that's exactly what he looks like now. But all these things that we try to quantify, that we try to talk about it way too much, when it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. It's your life, it's your path, it's your decisions. So just remember that. Our inability to verbalize the reasons why make us crazy. And then we end up regretting the color of toenail polish we put on our toes because it was the wrong one. But was it really the wrong one? Were you going to choose that one anyway? All the regret, all the worry, all the what-ifs that happen in our lives is such a waste of space, okay? And if I can empower you guys to do one thing today, to care for yourself, okay? Here's your call to action. Here's your care for you tip of the day, whatever you want to call it. If I can give you one thing to do to care for yourself today, it would be to go with your gut. Make that second decision. Make that choice. Decide what you're going to have for dinner and make that. Or decide what movie you're going to watch and watch that. All of these different things that we do in our lives that we sit there agonizing over and getting actual feelings, that means it's taken long enough for our brain to tell our gut, to tell our brain that something's going on, that we actually have like a reaction to it. That's all it is, guys. If you make a decision before your body can catch up, then those are the real true decisions that actually end up working out for you better. So, like I said, I have a mountain of laundry to wash and fold, and my mom's going to be bringing the littlers back, or I'll be going to get them. So, after I pick up my oldest from school, so I've got about an hour and a half to fold a mountain. So, wish me luck. Hope you guys all have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in, and love you. Bye. Take time to care for yourself, okay?